Okay, so have you seen the slide?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
No, sir. No, sir. I don't understand.
Yes,
So
sir.
please, someone said something.
He says he don't understand, and I don't know what he's saying. He don't understand.
So please, if you have any question, you can bring it up,
Please,
okay?
please. I did not hear. I did not hear what the lecturer is saying. Well, that's why I'm saying I don't understand it.
Okay, so I was asking if you can see the projection I have done on the slide.
Yes,
I can
sir,
see.
we can see.
Yes, I can
Okay,
see.
okay, all right, thank you very much. Okay, so with this one, we are moving on to taking notes during lectures. So we have a lecture like this. How do you go about making or taking notes as a lecture is going on? So we are saying the objective is that by the end of the session, you should be able to, one, describe the process of a lecture, and two, or B, identify the key issues that should be recorded in a lecture. So it means it is not all issues that can be recorded or should be recorded when a lecture is ongoing, like this one. So one, we are saying taking notes from lectures. So if you are taking notes from lectures, what should be in your notes? I'm trying to bring that one up so that you can see. So let me go turn on small for you. So taking notes from lectures, we are saying taking a good notes is a complex task that involves listening carefully to all that the lecturer is saying, analyzing and grasping the overall structure of the lecture, selecting the main ideas, and distinguishing the important details of the lecture. It also involves the writing of a set of items or notes which you can use at a later time so as to bring the contents of the lecture back to mind. In writing notes from a lecture, the following points should be noted. So it means when you are taking notes or writing notes, one of the points is that the type of lecture, you should consider the type of lecture. At this stage of your course, you are aware of the fact that not all lectures have the same aim. Some lectures are intended to present ideas in a form of a reasoned argument, while others offer various pieces of conflicting evidence, and then you draw final conclusion that the student should try to decide as the onset which type of lecture he or she is listening to. In other words, the organization of the notes may depend on the lecturer's purpose and method of presentation. How do you determine this purpose? So this purpose can be done by considering the nature of the topic of the lecture. So you can consider the nature of the topic of the lecturer and his presentation. For example, a lecture with the topic, The Fall of the Ancient Ghana Empire, tells us that the presentation is likely to proceed from the issues that led to the demise of the empire, and this will include an analysis of the causes. So aside that, we are also going to look at how much to write when you are taking notes from a lecture or from a lecture. And we are saying with how much to write, we don't have a specific amount of words you are supposed to write as a student during a lecture. So it is up to you, the student, to decide what to write in your notes when taking notes during a lecture. So we don't have a specific amount of words. So yes, we have 2.3, how much to write. And we are saying there's no rules governing the volume of notes one should write during a lecture. However, it is not advisable to write down every word the lecturer says. So just as we are saying, it is not some, or there's no rule governing how much to write during a lecture or when taking notes, as to whether we can say, just as I am presenting to you, each section you are supposed to have at least 2 pages or 3 pages. No, there's no rule that says that. By the end of the day, you should also consider taking notes based on the important things the lecturer will say. So if you take out the important things, I think the notes you are going to take will be much lesser, because the lecturer will be explaining and explaining so many concepts to you, and for that matter, it is not all the explanations you will need or you are going to need, but rather the important ones, or the ones that will make you or help you understand. It's like you being in a math class where you don't understand a lot of things, but with one example, your teacher or lecturer will help you in understanding the concept. So that example the teacher used for you to accept the concept, that example should by all means be in your notes as a student, because that is one of the important things that will help you to understand the course or the topic better. Okay, so we are again moving to items to consider when taking note. While the lecturer is speaking, you need to take note of 2 major items, and these are the extra linguistic items and the linguistic items. So let's first of all look at the extra linguistic items. We are saying the extra linguistic items refer to that or the things that the lecturer does apart from using words. So these include the lecturer's cues like tone of voice, body language, gestures, and so on. So as we were students back in SHS, we had something called revision, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
During revision, if you are a good student, you will sit down
Yes,
and
sir.
look at your and you will know what will come in your exams, isn't it? Why? Because
Yes, it is.
look
It
at
is.
you look at the teacher's posture when presenting topics. So you get to know that, oh, with this topic, the teacher brushed it off. Why it didn't take long and the teacher put the topic somewhere. But with this topic, the teacher is hammering that you need to do this, you need to do that. This. So it gives you a clue. Is that okay? So if a lecturer is hammering on something, you look at the lecturer's body language, how the lecturer poses himself, and you will know that this is an important information for me to write. So you consider the extra linguistic items, some examples the lecturer will use, and the lecturer will be maybe one concept, the lecturer will be giving more examples. Then it means that concept is very, very important or key in that lecture, and for that matter, you must make or take notes on that. So we are saying with the extra linguistic, the lecturer may also wear a frown for an unacceptable response from a student, or a smile when he is pleased with a comment he is making, or one that is contributing or a contribution from his student. That such extra linguistic items are important in helping you to select that you want to write as notes. So you see why it is important and advisable to not to absent yourself from lectures. So this is not a face-to-face lecture, and for that matter, you will not be able to see my body posture when presenting to you, but at least you can infer or you can see through my notes, my tone, or my mood. So there will be some topics I'll be talking about them more, and there will be some topics I believe or I may suggest you know it, and for that matter, I won't spend much time. These are the extra linguistic cues as a student you must learn when taking notes, because it will help you to decipher which of these presentations that the lecturer is making will be important for me to record in my notes. So the lecturer will be talking about some concepts more than other concepts. And that should tell you as a student that you need to pay attention when taking notes or making notes on that concept. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Sir.
then we
Yes,
also
sir.
Yes, sir.
that you need
Yes,
to
sir.
consider when taking notes is also the linguistic items. So with the linguistic items, we are talking about the words or the choice of words that the lecturer will be using during the lecture. So to begin with, you need to take notes of the key expressions of the lecturer. From time to time, he may summarize parts of his lectures orally or write the summaries on the board. You must regard them as important to note them. So just this presentation or this lecture is not a face-to-face thing. If it were to be face-to-face, you will see that one thing I do more is that anytime I am presenting to students or I am lecturing, if I have key notes or key concepts that I want my student to understand and understand well, what I do is from time to time, I will go back and ask, so what is the difference between note taking and note making? Then as a student, you should know that then this lecturer is keen on note making and note taking, the difference between them, the similarities between them, what to do as a student, either to choose the note taking or note making. Why note taking is important? Maybe I will even give a general question. Note making and note taking, which of these concepts is important to students during lecture? And if I pose such a question, then you as a student should know and know better that then the lecturer may bring something like this in the examination, or the lecturer is keen on these concepts. And for that matter, I need to prepare a good note on it. So you consider the linguistic choices or the linguistic items of the lecture. Okay. Is anyone having a question? Please, is anyone having a question?
No, sir. Thank you.
No.
So some of the things you need to know, or some of the linguistic items and the extra linguistic items a lecturer may pose to you, for you to know that you need to take notes on what the lecturer is saying, is that the lecturer may start with, first, we shall discuss. Secondly, you will see that. Thirdly, then you can also, the lecturer can also look at things like, let's now look at, we shall now focus on. Another way of looking, let's now turn to, in conclusion, or the lecturer may also continue by saying, it is important to note that, let me emphasize that, one very important reason for, remember that. So when you see all these words in a lecturer's mouth, then it is good to take notes from them, because the lecturer is not saying them or saying these words for granted. He means it, and he may bring it in your examination or in your quiz. All right.
So I have a question.
Okay.
Sir, when taking notes, is it advisable to record instead of write?
Advisable to record.
Yes, it's recording
Okay, thank you very much. So with this, it is very, very important for you as a student to first of all let the lecturer or the one teaching know that you are going to record. If not, the lecturer may take you on because you didn't seek his permission or her permission. But if he grants you the permission, know that whatever you will have in your recording won't be the same as making notes. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
because that would be taking note, the faithful recordings of what happened in class or in lecture. Now, at the end of the day, you have to sit down and take out the important ones. So it means, sir, you will be making notes after taking the notes. Do you get it?
Okay.
So by taking recordings of the lectures or the lecture, you are taking notes, because we said note taking is the faithful recordings of what happened during lecture or an interview, isn't it?
Yes, yes.
Then with note making, you then sit down to take the important or relevant informations that happened in class. So one has everything that happened, then the other has only the relevant ones. So if you note taking, then it means you are going to have the example, the funny moments during class, and isn't it? So even if you record, you still have to make notes. So let's move on to Unit 1, Section 3. So with Unit 1, Section 3, we are looking at, so the objective, let me zoom in for you. So we are saying the objective for this session is that by the end of the session, you should be able to, one, mention 4 methods of making notes from written sources, and B, describe 4 methods of making notes. So we are saying methods of making notes. Different methods of making notes are identified by scholars, and these can be put into 2 broad groups. So we are saying the method of making notes are identified by who? Scholars. And these scholars group them into 2 broader groups. And we have 1, the diagrammatic notes, and 2, the undiagrammatic notes. So we are going to look at what's the difference between the diagrammatic notes and the undiagrammatic notes. So with the diagrammatic notes, what we are saying is that it is the formulaic notes that are artistically patterned. The items in notes are written in a particular order to aid understanding. For example of these notes are the outline and the sky diagram. So very soon I will introduce you to what an outline is. An outline is like a skeletal presentation of notes that you take. So instead of writing everything in sentences, maybe I looked at or I talked about maybe causes of teenage pregnancy. Is that okay? So you start by saying 1, broken home. Then you come to under broken home. What causes broken home? Then you come maybe financial obstacle. Is that okay? So these are skeleton. It's like you are not adding flesh or you are not adding explanation to it. That's what we call an outline. So we are saying the methods of making notes are put or grouped into 2, the diagrammatic notes and the undiagrammatic notes. And with the diagrammatic notes, the items in the notes are written in a particular order to aid understanding. And an example of the diagrammatic notes is an outline or a spidergram. So I will show you an outline and a spidergram, how it looks like. Then from there, we will move to the undiagrammatic notes. So just as, please, can you hear me?
Yes, please.
Yes, yes,
Sir,
sir.
I am.
Okay.
Yes,
Just
Yes,
as
sir.
I said, the outline, so the outline and the spidergram are examples of what? Diagrammatic what? Notes. So we are yet to move to undiagrammatic notes. And with the outline, we are saying an outline is a skeletal pattern or plan of a test. In the next section, we shall discuss the outline in much details. So with this one, you don't add flesh to it. You only state the major points, the minor points, the example, and you put them there like that. You don't add any flesh to it. But when you are developing your essay, it's like you being in the examination room, you are being given an essay, maybe essay question number 1, 4 courses of maybe Galamsey in Ghana. Is that okay? Because Galamsey is the topic in town. So 4 courses of Galamsey. It is advisable for you as a student to go back to the latter part of your answer booklet. Then you write down the 4 courses of what Galamsey, so that when you are developing your essay, you may not forget your major point, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
So when you start doing that, then that one can be considered as an outline. Why? Because you've not added a flesh to the points you've written.
Wait.
So it will be in your notes that you are going to add the flesh. So if one of the causes of Galamsey is poverty or advert poverty, then in your presentation or in your essay, you rather explain that cause and explain and give example. But when you are writing your answers down for reference sake, that one you don't add the explanation. You only put the skeletal point there and you leave it like that. So when you need it from time to time, then you flip, you check, okay, so point 1, I said I'm going to talk about poverty as a cause of maybe Galamsey. Then number 2, I'm going to look at maybe greed for money. So people are greedy in our society. That's why they are adventuring into what? Galamsey. So greed for money or greedy people will be your point number 2. And you are then going to explain in your notes. But when you were writing them down, you didn't add the explanation. You just put the point down. And this is what we call an outline or the skeletal pattern or plan of your test. Is that okay?
Yes.
Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
So let's look at the second example of the diagrammatic note. So with the second example of the diagrammatic note, we are going to look at the spidergram. So you know how spider looks like, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is.
Which has, yes, which has many hands and legs. Is that okay? See a point here, you see a point here, you see a point there, and they are all linking up to one topic or one heading. So we are saying the spidergram, which is also referred to as a nuclear note, is one that is similar. So please pay attention. The spidergram is also referred to as what? Nuclear what? Note. Is that okay? So if I give you a question and I ask you to explain the outline and nuclear notes, you ask me, hey, so where from nuclear notes? Because the lecturer talked about spidergram. The nuclear note is also known as what? The spidergram. And I've told Justice to share the slide I am using here with you. So everything I am saying, you will also have them and you will learn them as well. So we are saying that it's also referred to as nuclear note. And this is one that is similar to an outline. So the nuclear note or the spider note is very similar to an outline. Is that okay? Because it also deals with the flesh. But the difference, one of the differences is that with the outline, it's in order. So you move from 1, then you move to 2, from 2 to 3, from 3 to 4. But with the spidergram, you will see as if the head is in the center. You have one at the neck, you have one at the leg, you have one at the stomach. Is that okay? So one needs to identify the various divisions and subdivisions of the points stated under them. So the diagram is presented in the form of a tree. So you see how tree looks like. It has leaves, it has branches, it has the stem, and it has the roots. So we have an example for you, and I would share with you. So have you seen an example of the spidergram or the nuclear notes?
Yes, sir.
So you see, we are talking about road accidents, which is in the center. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So with road accidents being
Yes, sir.
in the center, you have an arrow pointing up where you are going to give the definition of what road accidents. Then we have another arrow pointing to where the causes of road accidents. And with the causes, we have drunkenness, overspeeding, overloading, bad road, lack of maintenance, isn't it? Then on your other side, we have solutions. So if someone does something to cause road accidents, what are the solutions to prevent road accidents? So we have punishment and education. Then from the roots down, we have effect of road accidents, and we have levels of it. So we have injury, we have deformity, we have sorrow, and we have what? Death. So this is an example of a nuclear note or a spider gram. So you see, just as I said, a spider has legs, hands, and many legs and hands, where the main point will be at the center, but with notes making with outline. It is just like where you have the courses. So have you seen the courses?
Yes, sir.
And the arrow pointing to the courses.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So with the outline, you only have your drunkenness as your point number 1, overspeeding point number 2, overloading point number 3, bad roads point number 4, lack of maintenance point number 5, and you are done. So it has a linear way of presentation. But with the spidergram or the nuclear notes, it is scattered. Is that okay? It looks like a tree which has branches, fruits, the stem, and the roots. Is that okay? So while the outline looks or has a linear presentation, the spidergram or the nuclear note is scattered or looks like a tree, just as I have presented. Okay, thank you very much. Can we go on? Is anyone having a question?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay, so I think we can proceed. Are we making progress, please?
Yes, sir.
Sir, please, I didn't get spider-gram well.
Okay, so with the spidergram, I am saying it doesn't follow a linear way of putting down your notes or making your notes. So just as with the outline, you will have maybe causes of road accidents, or you are going to write on road accidents. So on road accidents, the road accident will be your topic. Is that okay? Then from
Yes,
there,
sir.
you write causes of road accidents, and under causes of road accidents, you have your causes, which here we have drunkenness, overspeeding, overloading. Then right under the causes, you will have your what? Effect of road accident. Then under effect of road accident, you are going to have your injury, deformity, sorrow, and death. And right after your effect, you are going to have solution. And under the solution, you are going to have punishment and education. Then right after maybe punishment, right after your solution, maybe you are done. So you see that the notes you are making has a linear way or form of presentation. But with the spidergram or the nuclear notes, they are scattered. So it looks like a tree where the branches are there, where you have the leaves, where you have the stem and the roots, and the roots are down. So here is an example of the spidergram where I have shown to you. So you see, it doesn't follow just like the outline I presented to you, like the definition. After definition, you have your courses. Under definition, your courses comes, then after your courses, you have solutions. Then after solutions, maybe effects. Then after effects, maybe you have what to do to stop road accidents. But with this one, you have road accidents at the center, or road accidents must be there. Hello, please, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, please.
Okay. So with this one, you have the road accident, which is the topic you are discussing at the center. Then it has branches, isn't it? So the top branch says that you have to define road accidents. Is that okay? Then after top branch, it's telling you that the next branch says, give us the causes of road accidents. So you have it on your right. Then on your left, you have the solutions. Then at the root level, you have effects of road accidents. So it looks like the Spider-Man, where the stomach is big and the stomach will be the topic. Then the head will be the definition for your topic. Then the right hand will be the causes, the left hand will be the solutions, and the legs will be the what? Effects. So you see they are scattered, but with the outline, it will be a linear way of presentation. So from 1, you move to 2, from 2, you move to 3. So you won't go up, you come left, you come right, then you go down. Please, do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, please.
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you very much. So
Yes, sir.
please
Sir.
let me put
Yes,
on
sir.
a slide, okay?
Sir.
Yes, please.
Please, I want to say, can you say that at the outline, can you say it has a linear pattern at which they are presented or stated, while the spidergram, they are scattered presentations. Can you also say that?
Yes, that's exactly my point that I was trying to make you understand. So the outline has a linear presentation, while the spidergram or the nuclear notes has a scattered information that you need to what? Define, or you need to find, or you need to take note of. Is that okay? So just as I said, you have the diagrammatic note and undiagrammatic note. So with the diagrammatic note, we are having the outline and the spidergram or the nuclear note. But with the undiagrammatic notes, we are looking at, so we are saying the undiagrammatic notes are those taken in block form or in prose form. Now, who has seen a story before? Or who has read a story before? Or a novel?
Me.
All of us.
Hey, please kindly mute yourself.
Hello?
Why, Nana?
Why are you being like
Hello?
Hello, sir.
Hello. Hey.
Okay,
Hi,
so
sir.
I was saying we have the diagrammatic notes, and with the diagrammatic notes, we are done with it. So we've identified that under the diagrammatic note, we are going to have the outline and the spidergram or the nuclear notes. But with the undiagrammatic notes, we are saying they are written in block form or in prose form. Then with prose, it reminded me, have we read a story before or a novel before?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So with the novel, you see how the sentences are written. So you write one sentence, as soon as you are done, you continue with another sentence with a capital, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So with the undiagrammatic notes, all that we are saying is that they are not diagrammatic, or they are not written in points and left aside. So with this one, a flash is added to it. So an example of the undiagrammatic note that we are talking about is 1, the quotation. So just as I am saying, if I say something and you are supposed to quote me direct, you write it in sentences that maybe the lecturer said, then you write whatever I said. So we have the quotation has to do with the faithful recording exactly what has been written in a book or a source. For example, much of what we usually call politeness or etiquette in social gatherings consists of regarding aspects of behaviors that might otherwise lead to a loss of face. Episodes in an individual's past or personal characteristics that might produce embarrassment if mentioned are not commented on or referred to. So we are saying with the quotation, you quote the direct thing the person said. So example of the quotation is, in Nanado's 2020 COVID-19 briefings to the state, he mostly says, unquote, fellow Ghanaians. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
And this
Yes, sir.
these were the words or popular words the president was using then, isn't it?
Okay.
Yes, it is.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So with that one, if you do that, you get to know that your sentence or the quotation are not diagrammatic. Is that okay? They are not in diagrams or like drawings, but they are in prose form. It's like you are writing sentences or you are writing essay. So with that one, the example number one is direct quotation or quotation. And with this one, you quote exactly what the person said. So it's usually seen in our comprehension passages. So you have a comprehension passage and a question will follow. What did the maybe market woman say to the poor beggar? Then you quote what the market woman said to the poor beggar. With that one, you are using undiagrammatic notes, but maybe most of us were not aware because you are quoting exactly what the woman said to the beggar. Are we good?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, please.
Then we have another example, which is also known as the paraphrase. Now, there's a difference between quotation and a paraphrase. With paraphrase, we are saying they are closely related to quotation. This involves picking the ideas of an author and writing them in your own words. For example, the above quotation can be paraphrased as, so with paraphrasing, you are writing the same idea the author or the presenter said, but you are writing it in your own words. So example, I can say something like, in America, there are a lot of educated people than in Asia. Is that okay? In America, there are a lot of educated people than in Asia. This is what I said. So for you to quote me, you have to write the same thing just as I said. But with paraphrasing, you can write the same idea I presented. So you can put it in this way. The lecturer said, Americans are more educated than Asians. Is that okay? So with this, you have presented the same idea I said, but you've paraphrased it by adding your own words, but the meaning must not be changed. Please, do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So if the paraphrase, so what we are saying is that
Yes,
if
sir.
the paraphrase is briefly stated, then it becomes a summary. So whatever you are paraphrasing, if it becomes or if it is stated briefly, then you are heading to a summary. So we shall look at summary later during the lecture. Okay. So we have another self-assessment here. So I want to ask one of you. I need to see my slide. Okay, so you see some self-assessments over there, right?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes,
Where
sir.
it says give 2 examples of diagrammatic notes. Then it also says what is a paraphrase? Then name the kind of notes written below. So question 5, I need someone to answer, but I'll call out the person. Question 5, which says name the kind of notes written below. So I'll call on, I'm looking for someone the spirit will ask me to pick.
Sir, pick me.
Okay, so please, what's your name?
Sir Rachel.
Okay, Rachel. So number 5, it says name the kind of notes written below. Where we have deforestation at the center, then it's point to definition, then causes, then the down, it has effects and solution. What type of note is that?
Sir, it's a spidergram.
It's a spidergram. Okay. So the type of notes is spidergram. So first of all, you have to state it's diagrammatic. Is that okay? Then under the diagrammatic, it is not an outline, but rather a spidergram. Or another word for a spidergram is what?
Here.
Nuclear notes.
Nuclear.
Good.
Clear
Good.
note.
All right. All right. But who said A? Be afraid, okay? We will be fine. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we are now on section 4, which states or says methods of making notes from book 2, the outlining. So you see, I've made mention of an outline earlier on. We are now coming to it. So it says, dear students, you are welcome to section 4. In section 3, we discussed some methods of making notes. Do you remember these methods? We put them into 2 broad groups, which are they? They are the diagrammatic notes and the undiagrammatic notes. Which notes fall under the diagrammatic? They are the outline and please, can you mute your mic?
Outline and spidergram or
Good. Good. Is that Rachel?
No, please.
No, please.
Oh, okay.
This
So please, this who?
please this, Michelle.
Okay, Michelle. Okay, all right. Former First Lady. Thank you very much.
Nuclear and the skeletal note.
Thank you, sir.
Please, he said.
Thank you, sir.
All right.
The nuclear and the skeletal note.
The nuclear and the spidergram. Is that okay? Okay, so we also said which notes fall under the undiagrammatic notes, and we concluded by saying they are the summary, paraphrase, and quotation. So you have done well. In this session, we shall study one particular form of making notes. Can you guess which one? It is the outline. It is very commonly used in a form that is easy memorization or remembering. It is also easy to use. Let's study it together. So we are now going to look at the objectives of the section or the section 4. So what are the objectives for this section? We are saying that 1 or A, we are going to describe and label the system in outlining. B, we are going to describe the layouts of points in outlining. And C, describe the pattern of points in outlining. Then D, tell the importance of an outline and write the outline of some pages. So after today, we are going to have some exercise to do. So let's pay much attention. So I'm going to project the slide for you. Please, can you see my slide?
Yes.
Yes,
sir.
yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So please, I need someone to read the definition of outline for me.
Definition
The
of
outline. The outline is a
So please, your
linear
name, okay?
representation.
Is that Idrisu? Or
Yes, sir. Idris Lukman.
okay.
The outline is a linear representation of ideas or facts as represented.
As presented.
As presented in a topic. It is a formal, detailed statement of the content and structure of a written or spoken communication. We say it is formal because it is constructed according to What the fuck is it? Sorry. It is constructed according to specifically laid down rules. It is detailed because it contains all the significant or relevant ideas of the communication. The purpose of an outline is to present at a glance idea contained in the communication and the way in which these ideas are related to one another. For instance, all ideas of a certain level of importance are placed in a certain order, while other ideas of a different level of
Sir, the screen is not showing.
Okay, okay. Please, I'm coming in. Idris, you hold on for me. It seems you did some magic and my screen is not showing. Who is singing for us?
I've muted him.
It's back now.
It's back in. All right.
Yes,
Thank you.
sir.
Should I zoom it?
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
Is it okay?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you. So, Idris, can we go on? Can you a bit for them since the screen, you did some magic and the screen.
So please, after this class, you have to help me sue MTN. My network is somehow full.
Nowadays, people, your own money can't withdraw sometimes.
Sir, is the
Sir,
network?
please, the
I'm
screen is
suffering
not
here too.
clear.
But some of us can see it clear.
I think so.
My own has been there since, nothing changed.
My own too is very clear. I think mine is also showing clear. It's clear now. So you can continue.
Yeah, it's very clear.
And I think different person to read.
If not, if you have not been taught by
I think
saying,
so it's off.
let kindly mute us, okay?
Hello?
So that you
Should I read?
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, we
Okay.
can hear you.
All right. Thank you.
Sister Gifty,
So just
please read for us.
Can anyone read? Can I read?
I'm reading.
We are having many gifts, so.
All right.
Okay, one Gifty requested to read.
I was the one. Should I go on? I'm not gifted. Should I go on?
Hey, are you now?
Go on,
Yes,
please.
Yes,
go
go
on.
on, go
Please
on.
go on.
The talking is too
The
much.
outline is a linear representation of ideas or facts as presented in the topic. It is a formal, detailed statement of the content and structure of a written or spoken communication. We say it is formal because it is constructed according to specifically laid down rules. It is detailed because it contains all the significant or relevant ideas of the communication. The purpose of an outline is to present at a glance ideas contained in the communication and the way in which these ideas are related to one another. For instance, all ideas of a certain level of importance are placed in a certain order, while other ideas of a different level of importance are placed in a different order. We shall soon see how this is done. Construction of the outline. To write an outline, you first need to comprehend the communication so as to be able to select all relevant and significant material.
All right, thank you very much. So in our presentation earlier on, we looked at the diagrammatic way of making notes. And under the diagrammatic way of making notes, we came across two types under the diagrammatic where we looked at the outline. And when I made mention of the outline, I told you that we will meet it in our next presentation. So with the outline, we are looking at, please, can you mute yourself for me?
Yes, I've muted him.
Okay, so with the outline, we are looking at how facts, ideas are presented in a topic. So if you have an essay, if you have an essay on, let's assume, causes of deforestation, how are you going to present these ideas in an outline form? So with the deforestation, maybe the topic is broad, deforestation. You have the causes, you have the effects, you have the solutions. Is that okay? And these are broader concepts in the topic deforestation. So how are you going to present the ideas that fall under causes of deforestation? How are you going to present the ideas that fall under effects of deforestation? And how are you also going to consider or present the ideas that falls under solutions for what? Deforestation. So we are saying in construction of the outline, to write an outline, you first need to comprehend the communication as to be able to select all relevant important materials. So with the outline, sometimes it is very tricky, but when you understand it very well, you will be able to do proper outline. So I remember when I was a student like you at around 2018, we were also taking through the outline, and the first essay given to us was on egg. And they asked us to present an outline of the information or facts presented to us. So we didn't know whether the essay on egg was talking about the causes, was talking about the effects, was talking about the good side of taking an egg or the bad side of taking an egg. We didn't know. But all these information were presented in the essay egg. And some of the and a lot of examples were in it. So you have to trace an example to know which of these examples will fall under this. So the example given to you, will it fall under causes or it will fall under solutions? Will it fall under importance of egg or it will fall under effect of taking too much egg? So you need to sit down, then you plan. So one, you have definition of egg. From definition, the essay move on to importance of or the good nutrients you get from egg. If it moved to the good nutrients of good nutrients we get from egg, then you can present your good nutrients we get from egg as A. Then, and the good nutrients you get from egg, what are the examples of the good nutrients you get from egg? So under the examples of good nutrients, the good nutrients you get from egg, you can present your factors. I, maybe protein. I, maybe potassium. I. Then B, did it move to maybe bad side of X? If it is bad side of X, then you move on to B, because the A was for what? The importance of X. So the B will be for the bad side of taking too much egg. So under B, then you move. What are the examples that were listed under the bad side of taking too much egg? Maybe you become obese, there will be too much protein in your blood, then you present your fact. So with this, I'm going to show you which of the alphabet represents the larger points in your outline, and which of the alphabet or the Roman numerals you can use to represent your lower point, and which of the either alphabet or Roman numerals you can also use to represent your examples when you are constructing or preparing an outline. So we have groupings here. So if you see the groupings very well, please, can you see the groupings very well?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
So with the groupings, we are looking at, okay, so with the groupings, we are looking at how you can present your outline with alphabets. Is that okay? So the materials selected must be grouped. This implies that related items which are sometimes scattered in communication should be brought together and given specific heading or subheadings. This is the information, or that is the information should be presented in the order in which they have been arranged in the original communication. So if I give you an essay and the essay is talking about, let's assume, galamsey, you know that first of all, the essay will define or try to define what galamsey is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, in the same essay, you will get to know that from trying to define what galamsey is, the essay will move on to discuss why people move into galamsey, isn't it? So people's justification for venturing into galamsey. Then after stating that, the essay will then tell us the effects of galamsey. In the same essay, the essay will then come to the possible solution that the government or the people in authority can do to prevent galamsey. Then the essay will conclude. So when you are writing an outline for such an essay, how are you going to do your groupings? Because you are going to have definitions in your essay or in the passage. You are going to have possible terms that moved the people into venturing into galamsey. Then you are going to have effect of galamsey, and from effect of galamsey, you are going to have possible solution to the canker called galamsey, and the essay or the paper will end or conclude on that aspect. So how do you present such facts in this outline? So we are saying, one, the labeling division. A good outline is written in such a way that the topic, the major divisions, and the further subdivisions can be seen at a glance. So if you are having a good outline, it should be the one with which, when you look at the outline, you can look or you can see the major divisions, the further subdivisions, and all other things that needs to be in your outline at a glance. So if I look at a good outline, I should know and that good outline was on, let's say, teenage pregnancy, I should know the definition from the topic. I should know the major point the person stated. I should know the causes the person presented. I should know the effects the person presented. And I should know the examples of some of the effects the person presented. I should know the possible solutions the person presented. If there were some of the possible solutions which had examples, it should also show in the outline. Then the conclusion should also come. So let's look at some of the labels or the labeling divisions we will have when presenting our outline. So when we are constructing or when we are writing a good outline, we are saying a good outline is written in such a way that the topic, the major divisions, and further subdivisions can be seen at a glance. This involves an orderly system of numbering. So don't forget, there should be an orderly system of what? Numbering. Headings and subheadings. And the indentation of subdivisions. So in terms of labeling, the following can be used. Is that okay? So you have the I. So you see the I, IV, and V. Is that okay?
Okay.
Please, can you see it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
We are seeing the I, the II, the IV, and V should be or can be used for major points. Please, do you get it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So,
Yes, sir.
let me give you an example. So if you have an essay in front of you, is that okay? And that essay is talking about, let's say, eradication of poverty, meaning how we can end poverty in Africa. Is that okay? And one of the major ways we can end poverty, according to that paper or according to that newspaper, is that there should be free education across Africa. So Ghana is doing well by having free education, and eventually it is heading towards the tertiary level. But the paper says we should have free education. Is that okay? So you can write ways of eradicating poverty. Is that okay? Then you can bring I, which the note is saying we should use for major point. And what is one of the major points? There should be what? Free education. So you have your I and the point is there. There should be what? Free education. But if you have an example under I, please, are you listening?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
So
sir.
Yes, sir.
if
Yes,
you
sir.
have an example, which the paper or the newspaper said free education, and after stating free education, there were examples like we should learn from Ghana. Is that okay? Which has free education at the junior high and the senior high level. Then you can, with the example or the minor point, you can bring I. After your I, or I, which is what's used for major points. Under the same I, you can bring your small I. Then under small I, you can bring Ghana to show that you are stating an example from the paper that says Ghana is one of the leading campaigners of what? Free SHS or free education. So we are saying with IV, and V, they are used for major points in our essay. So if you have an essay that is talking about causes of teenage pregnancy, and you have poverty, you have poor parenting, you have streetism, you have peer pressure, you can have I, poverty, because poverty is a major point for what? Causes of teenage pregnancy, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Then you can have streetism as a major point for what? Teenage pregnancy. As people are on the streets, they have nowhere to go. So if someone comes to them with shelter and free comfort, they fall in and they can get pregnant anytime. So that will be your second major point. Then your just as I stated, poor parenting. So if you are a parent and you are not keen on your children, you are not doing your duties well, your ward or your girl child can get pregnant at any time. So that will be your third major point for causes of what? Teenage pregnancy. Then your IV, your fourth major point. Yes, just as someone has reminded you, also have curiosity. There are some people, they may think they are saying I shouldn't do it. What is in it that I shouldn't do it? Let me go and try and see. Is that okay? So your IV or your fourth point of causes of teenage pregnancy can be curiosity, and the fifth point can be broken home, where the mother is staying at Takrade and the father is staying at Koforidua. So sometimes the girl will vacate from senior high, then will call the mother and lie to the mother that I'm going to my father, and will call the father and lie to the father that I am going to the mother. So because they are not talking, they are in loggerhead. They may all think, oh, this one, my daughter is going here. The father may also think my daughter is going to the mother. So they won't even bother to call. They will only call the girl to ask, have you reached? How is your mother? Or how is your father? Is everything okay? Then they end it. Meanwhile, the girl is with the boyfriend. Is that okay? So broken home. So with this, you can use the IV, and V for major points in the essay. Then sometimes the major points may also have subdivisions. Please, are you listening?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Sometimes the major point may also have subdivisions. So with the subdivision that falls under a major point, you can use the capital A, B, C, D up to Z to represent the subdivision that is falling under a major point. So an example will be if you have, let's say, causes of teenage pregnancy, just as I said, and you have your IV, and under your I you have poverty, and with poverty you want to give an example. That example can be represented with the ABCD. Then you may also have a minor point. That one, it doesn't really contribute, but still the essay talked about it, and for that matter, you should bring it. That is where you can also have your 1, 2, 3, 4 up to the last minor point or minor division, or the smaller, or the small ABCD, or the small alphabets that we have in our English alphabet, or the I. But this one, you will bolding them, or you won't write them in capitals. So the minor points, you can use the IV, and V, or you can use the capital A, B, C, D, E up to Z for the minor, the major points. And with the subdivisions or the minor points, you can use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can also use A, B, C, D, the smaller letters, or you can use the smaller IV, and V for the minor point. Please, can we go on?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So I have a question.
Okay, please.
My question is, when listing the points, when labeling the points, and for instance, I write the capital I, should I write the points in the same linear line, or I should write it below the I?
Okay, so we will get it. So when you write the capital I, let's say the paper was on causes of pregnancy or teenage pregnancy, and one of your causes is broken homes. So I, the capital I, broken homes, it should be beside the broken homes, should be beside the I. Is that okay? So sometimes you can have your I, bolding I or capital I, and a hyphen or a space. Then after the space or the hyphen, then you have your point that you want to state beside it. Please, is that okay?
Yes, sir.
So just as we have I, and they brought ... and they use used for major points. Is that okay? So let's assume I is our major. We are going to write a major point for I. So you write your I, and if your I is used for major point, you just bring enough space, a small space. Then beside that I, you have your use for major point as your point that you are writing for I. Please, do you get it?
Yes, sir. But can I use punctuation marks too?
Punctuation marks. Yes, because they will be in sentences, so you end them.
No, I'm talking about when I write the I.
Yes.
After I write the I, should I bring punctuation marks?
So with the I, you can, but it is not necessarily for you to bring a punctuation. So I will show you a layout of an outline very soon, so that we can take clues from it and we can look at it and ask questions. Is that okay?
Okay.
Okay, sir.
All right. Okay, so just as I have here, the layout of the outline. So related to the labeling is indentation. A good outline is written in such a way that the topic, the major divisions, and further subdivisions can be seen at a glance, since each group is set further on the page than the main heading. Sorry. Can you picture what has been described? Let's look at it. So we have the topic. So first of all, after reading the passage, you must have your own topic, because they won't give you a topic for the passage when they ask you, or when they know they are going to ask you to present or draw an outline. Is that okay? So as you are reading, you must have your own topic in head. So first of all, you start by writing your topic or heading. So if your topic is causes of teenage pregnancy, then it means I will be your first main point. So have you seen your first main point there?
Yes, sir.
So after your first main point, if your first main point is having a first subdivision of a main point, meaning under your main point, there were other important items that were said or that was said. Is that okay? That other important items will be represented with A. And if the other subdivision of your point is having another example, then you represent under A1. Then you write it. Then under A, the second subdivision of the subdivision of your A. Please, do you get it?
No, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So let me create a scenario. So you are asked to discuss causes of, the causes are becoming too many. So you are asked to present a layout or an outline of importance of egg. Is that okay?
Okay.
Importance of egg. Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes,
sir. So first of all, your outline should have a topic. Is that okay? So maybe let me say my outline topic is importance of egg. Let's take it like that. Now, my first importance or my first main point, what is the main or what is the first importance of the egg? So I say eggs gives us protein as my I. Is that okay? Egg gives us protein. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
now under the major point where it says egg gives us protein, maybe there was something else that was said about protein. Maybe what protein does to us. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
So then I will move from egg gives us protein because they said another thing about protein. So I need to present it in my outline. So I will come to a first subdivision of the main point I by representing it with a capital A. So under protein, what did they say? So they said protein helps our bones to be stronger. Let's assume, or let's take it like that, that protein helps our bones to be stronger. Is that okay? So protein helps our bones to be stronger. So if I am done with A, if my bones are stronger and the bones, after presenting on bones, they said something else, then I'll come with another example, which is I. So if your bones are stronger, what does it do? Or what does it say about your body? It gives you good health, or it gives you good movement. Is that okay? So my major point was that egg gives us protein. And my first subdivision says that the protein helps our bones to be stronger. Then under the first subdivision, it is telling me that when my bones are stronger, it helps me to move freely. Is that okay? So they are all under protein. Please, do you understand?
Yes. Question. I think there's an error there with the alphabet. If I can explain to you.
Please.
Yes, it started with the topic, then I, that is the first main point. And
Yes.
under the first main point, we have the alphabet C, which is the first subdivision of the main point I.
Yes.
And then under that, we have the further subdivision of the we have the further subdivision of subdivision A. So the number 2 must be the second further subdivision of subdivision A, not B.
Yes,
because
yes,
it's not
not
gotten
B.
to B.
Yes, I get you. Thank you very much. So if your second example of the first subdivision of the main point I is still talking about protein and its importance and how it helps your body, then you will have number 2, which will explain or which will state the second further division of subdivision A. So here it shouldn't be B. So after protein helping you to have free movement, what does protein do again in your body? Is that okay? Okay, protein also helps in worn out tissues. Is that okay? So your 2 will be protein also helps in worn out tissues. Then that will fall under your will fall under second further division of subdivision A and not B, because they are still on protein. So after protein, maybe it talked about maybe calcium. So what is calcium doing? Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Yes,
Hello.
please. Someone saying something. Please, was someone making a suggestion?
No, please.
Okay. So if your first main point has a first subdivision, you write it. And if the subdivision is also having another further subdivision, you represent it with I, 1 and 2. Then if under your first main point, if there's another second or there's a second subdivision, you represent it with what? B. And under the B, if there's further subdivisions, you represent it with 1 and 2, just as it has been done here, until you are done with what? Your first main point. Then you move to your second main point. And under your second main point, you represent it with what? I. Then if your second main point is also having a first subdivision of the second main point, which is II, you state it by saying A, then you write it. If the A is still having a subdivision, then you represent it with 1 and 2. So we will have a lot of practice here. So let me move to the next slide. Please, is there any
Hello,
suggestion?
sir. Yes, sir.
Please.
Sir, please, I want to confirm something, sir.
Okay.
Reference to, if you can go to the previous page you explained to us. I can see that the I, the capital I, then the, why do we have the curly brackets? Yeah, this place.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you. The way the curly brackets are used for the capital I, then the capital A, B, then C. No, it's used for major points, but
Yes.
the recent one you are explaining with the
Yes.
topic or heading is rather
Yes.
showing that the capital A is for first subdivision of main point.
Yes. Yes.
We think there is some it's not matching there. If you compare
Okay,
the
so
first one to the
let me explain it to you. Is that okay? So the thing is that
Yes.
with outline, you look at the skeletal view of the essay you are having. So someone can even state that. So this was an example the school used for you. So someone can even state that my A, capital A, is for my major point. Is that okay? Then my I, V, and V will be for my sub major points. Please, are you listening?
Yes, please.
Someone can also state that one will be my, someone can also state that one as the normal 1, 2, 3 numerals we have will be for my major points. Then I will be for my sub major division point. Then A, B, C, D will be for my minor point. Then the small A, B, C, D will be for my sub minor point. Is that okay? So it depends on how you let us know, because you will start with your major point, and from your major point we will know your subdivision. So some people will start with A, B, C, D, others will go with I. Others will also go with 1, 2, 3. But at the end of the day, you must all present the same thing, but the numbers will change. But let us know, don't represent a major point with a small letter. That's what we are trying to say. Don't represent a sub major point with a small letter. Please, are you listening?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So that's why some people will go for the 1, 2, 3 because it won't confuse them. So if I use 1 for my major point and I come back and I am using I for my subdivisions, then I can use the smaller A, B, C, and the smaller I for my sub minor divisions or points. Then I am good to go. I don't have any problem with capitalization because I started with
Yes,
major.
sir, it's clear.
Please, do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay. So with can you see the slide I have showed on the board, on the where we have the II as second main point?
Yes, sir.
So with the II as second main point, someone can represent the II with A. Is that okay? As his second main point. And right after A, the person will instead bring II as what? First division of main point A. You get it?
Yes, sir.
And the person can also go on by representing the first further division of subdivision A or II as what? As small a, instead of 1, 2, and 3, and so forth. So it all depends on how you present the thing. But at the end of the day, the idea should be there, and don't represent a major point and first subdivision or first subdivision of main points with smaller alphabets. That's what we are trying to look at. So, and the third one, you can you can represent it with A, and the first subdivision of main point A be represented with what? I. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we have a
Yes, sir.
small passage here. So let us write an outline on the following passage. So let me see the next. So we have a passage here. So our so you see the passage has given you a clear indication. So let's us look closely at the structure of the outline above. You will observe that the points that are similar are labeled similarly. As for example, points I, and I. You will also note that subdivisions are indented. Look at points A and B. They move further toward the right side of the points labeled I, and I. So that is why it is called an outline. So the major points will have similar numbering. So the major points 1, you may start with A. Major point 2, you may start with B. Major point 3, you may start with C. Or in other way, you may start with I. So it follows like that. The subdivisions, you may start with A, B, C, all in capitals. Then first subdivision of major or main point A or I, you may represent it with 1 and 2, or A, smaller a, and B. Please, do you understand? So you get to know that all major points fall in line with their arrangement. All subdivision points also follow with the arrangement, and all first subdivision and second subdivision points also follow with the same numerical arrangement. Please, do we have any question?
Yes, please.
Okay, I'm listening.
Okay, so in a case where, can you go up a little for me?
Okay.
Yes,
Is it
thank
okay?
you. Yes,
All right.
please. So in a case where you have your first point to be, your second point to be I.
Okay.
All right. And then you have your first subdivision of main point. And this main point doesn't have a further division or a subdivision.
You leave it.
You leave it like that. Yes, please.
So you capitalize the number, like the capital A, capital B, or you just write your small letters.
Okay, so let's assume your second main point is maybe your second causes of galamsey. Is that okay?
Yes.
Which is
yes.
poverty. Which is poverty. Is that okay? So poverty move people into what? Galamsey. Now, under your second major or second main point, the passage didn't say anything again apart from only explaining poverty. It didn't give you an example. It didn't state anything. It's only explained poverty. So it means you don't have to even bring your first subdivision of main point I. Is that okay? Because it doesn't have first subdivision.
Okay.
Please, do you understand?
Yes, I'm getting it.
So if it doesn't have A, it will not have what? B. Please, are you following?
Okay, so you just give your main points, right?
Then you leave.
Yes.
Okay.
So, but if you move to your third point, and your third point is having
A subdivision.
a subdivision up to even D, you have to list them all.
Okay.
So it is by force a major point should have a subdivision, but another major point may have 3 or 4 subdivision. Another major point may have even 1 subdivision, and another major point may not even have subdivision. Not to talk about example under the subdivisions.
Thank you.
You are welcome.
Sir, yes, sir, please, just a clarification.
Okay.
Please, in case they say maybe one causes of maybe a problem, one causes of flooding.
Okay.
Can you will you label it, or you just indicate the point and explain it and go? Will you bring the A or the the I?
Okay, so you've been given an essay to write an outline, and you only have one cause for flooding.
Yes.
Okay, so you first of all give it a heading or a title. Is that okay? So what is the passage or essay about? Then you give it a title. After the title, you come to your major points. What major point can you identify in your essay? So I or capital A, maybe improper settling. Is that okay? It's a major cause of flooding in Accra. So if under improper settling you don't have anything, or the passage talked about only improper settling, then you are good to go. After that, it didn't give you examples, it didn't state other things, it didn't state solutions, it didn't do anything, then it means you are only having one major point, but you will hardly have an essay that will give you such a simple task to do.
Okay, thank you.
You are welcome. So please, is there any other question?
Yes, please. I was asking if they will give you a topic for you to create your own outline from it.
Oh no, so they will give you the passage.
Yes.
And the passage won't come with a topic, because one of the rules of outline says that you must give your outline a topic or a heading. So it is up to you.
Please come again. They will give you a passage and you will
So they will give you a passage that doesn't come with a topic or a heading. So you will give your own heading, and you will do the outline as well.
Okay.
Sir.
Yes,
sir.
please. Yes,
And
please.
then to add to your explanation, you see, sometimes when you are saying you will give your own heading or topic, it seems like somebody will just formulate different topic and give.
No, so you read according to the passage.
Yeah, you deduce the topic from the passage given.
Yes, please. Yes. That's what I'm trying to say. Thank you very much. So I'm not saying you give it a topic you want to. So if the essay is about poverty, if the essay is about galamsey, is the essay even talking about causes of galamsey or effects of galamsey? You may have one essay that is talking about only effects of galamsey. So it means you don't have to write only causes of galamsey and leave. You have to say effects of what? Galamsey. Another essay may even talk about only solution. So that essay won't talk about causes of galamsey, effects of galamsey, but only tackling what? The issue, or giving you the solutions. And that essay will only talk about solutions to what? Galamsey. Then you should know how to give your topic, because that topic shouldn't capture anything about causes or effects of galamsey, because that is not found in the essay or passage, but rather it is only solutions to what? Galamsey. So your topic should be deduced from the passage or essay given to you.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
To confirm something too. Let's say the passage give you something about causes of whatever topic he's talking about, or they give you causes, give you the effects. But let's say they have not given you the solutions, how to solve it or how to put things in order. So if you are writing it, are you supposed to use your critical thinking to bring the solutions, write about the solutions, or you take whatever is in the passage and write about?
Okay, thank you very much. So with outline, it's like they have cornered you to do a certain task, and that task that they asked you to do should be based on what is in the passage. So you don't go outside the passage. So even if the passage only talked about 2 causes, no effect, no solution, go according to the passage. Don't bring your extra information you have that, oh, the passage should have given us causes or effects or solutions, and for that matter, I know more, let me write more. No, you only go according to the passage. So if the passage is about deforestation and the passage didn't even talk about solution to deforestation by telling you to plant more trees, and you in your own wisdom says that, but if there's deforestation, there must be also what? Afforestation, where we must plant trees. So let me add it. You will be wrong, or you will get it wrong, because you go according to the passage. You don't go outside the passage.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thanks for the confirmation.
So I think
Another question.
okay.